Viewers two op-eds written by my guest here in studio. The first one by you, Boaz, that was written actually a few days ago.
Yeah.
You wrote about your wish for unification in the right between the ruling Likud party and this new party that is called right now the New Right of Naftali Bennett and Yair Lapid, who used to belong to the Jewish Home. Here's a snippet. You said, while the left bloc is currently fed more on archaeology and less on ideology and seeks to produce cement from nothing, the right-wing bloc must present a united and common front. The natural place for Bennett and Shaked is with the Likud. How feasible it? Yeah, and it's good writing. How feasible is this, especially when it's widely known the contempt that certain Netanyahu family members have for Naftali Bennett and Yair Lapid?
Look, we spoke before of the campaign we have right now, the campaign where, frankly, I mean, we'll all agree, I mean, we're in nothing. Where's the ideology? You don't hear. Yet I do believe that in the right, especially, I think that, you know, when you're an editor-in-chief or a veteran, as you said, journalist, like, you know, Levy, we know them. We know those people. We meet them. We speak to them. And at the right, especially, I think Bennett and Shaked have an ideology. Of course, Benjamin Netanyahu, otherwise he won't be Prime Minister for such a long time. And it's sad for me to see them that they're not cooperating and together. What I'm afraid is to see them not only not cooperating. This is one thing. I mean, they cannot cooperate and going to two different parties. This is totally legitimate, acceptable. What I'm afraid of is them fighting against each other, and that is something that in the right we wouldn't very much appreciate.
The Prime Minister could be worried about this because if the right is too fragmented, they might not pass the threshold, and he might have his own trouble on the right hand trying to form a coalition.
Look, as we said before, the situation is very fragile. Even Gantz might be a danger for Netanyahu. If he makes now a few mistakes, he might find himself quite equal vis-à-vis Gantz. Yes, the right-wingers to his right might be dangerous for him, but by the end of the day, we saw the last elections where in the last minute they all went Likud, even though there was the same danger then.
Right.
By the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What matters in Israel are the blocks.
Yeah. One last comment.
Yeah, well, concerning the elections, I mean, I think that too soon people said that everything, I mean, is already, I mean, those elections are unnecessary because we know already the results. Let's look at history. Of course, I mean, elections in America, 95% Hillary Clinton is going to be a president, you saw the end. But even the French history, I remember perfectly well. Alain Juppé in France, 1996, is going to be. So many elections, I mean.
Shimon Peres was declared
1996, the same year. The Brexit, of course, and even in Iran, in Iran, 1997, what was his name? Netanyahu is going to be president, and at the end we had Khatami. So again, nothing. I mean, we can't be confident of nothing.
And I want to show an op-ed from Gideon Levy, the man who keeps surprising a lot of people on his side of the camp. You wrote
an amazing one today.
Yeah, here it is. Called you know, he coined the term called BB phobia. I'm just going to read another snippet. The disease is spreading, its symptoms worsening. Like other phobias, it is based in reality that the disorder charges with exaggerations, anxieties, and jealousies that become hatred, demonization, and dehumanization. BB phobia, like Islamophobia and homophobia, like anti-Semitism, but personal as can be. What's going on, Gideon? What's happening?
No, it's not the first time I write it, and it's for sure not the first time I think so. But I cannot understand how the hatred toward Netanyahu becomes an agenda.
Well, you know, he's been in power for so long. There's growing critique. Do you have to really label it hatred? I mean, why do you use that word?
Because when I see the alternatives, I'm not so sure that I want to get rid of him. And when I look at the hatred toward him, something is wrong. Something is out of proportion.
Right.
You know, you might criticize him, you might not like him, you might think about different ways. But when everything is hollow, only the hatred toward him, you don't offer any alternative, not personal and not political, not ideological. By the end of the day, to base all this on hatred because of some kind of suspicions, this shows me that this camp is totally empty and hollow.
And you're feeling all right? You're feeling okay? I just want to make sure.
You will permit me.
I will not vote for him.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Quick remark.
Why did you have to spoil everything? Why did you have to spoil everything?
I have to move on.
The only thing, in 1996, when Netanyahu wins the first elections, I remember, I mean, 3 days after, we had a newspaper at the time called Yair. It doesn't exist anymore. All the 100 pages were about how Netanyahu is a bad prime minister. It was only 3 days in post. So this BB phobia from day one, and one of the reasons why you see me smiling, I went to see the doctor. I don't suffer from this disease.
You don't suffer from this disease, all right.